So majority of people get paid on Friday, and then by Monday they're like, "Shit, I'm broke." Let's keep it real. To some people, especially those who just love using buy now, pay later, by Friday you're damn near broke. This is happening to so many people. Yes, you know you need to save, and yes, you know you need to invest, but for some apparent reason, you're always broke. The reason being is because your whole mindset. Your brain is playing tricks on you. So in this video, what I really want to do, guys, is I want to have a conversation with you and let you know the tricks that your brain is playing on you. That way you can make that switch to start saving and investing and to stop being broke. Trust me, you want to hear what I have to say. All right, so let's just start here. Let's keep it real. We're living in a culture now where it's all about spending. You go on social media, all you're seeing is videos of people telling you to live your best life. And marketers are spending billions of dollars to make sure you crave all this new stuff and they're grabbing your attention. And what about your brain? It loves spending, it loves instant gratification. And savings, let's keep it real, it's boring. Savings gives you no rush. If I give you $100 right now and you put it in the market, you're not going to get that excited because you need to wait and see what that money does. But now, if you take $100 and you go shopping, that instant gratification, that feeling of I finally won something is going to make you feel really, really happy. So that's what you're really competing with right here. You're competing with a culture that wants you to spend, and you're also dealing with the right thing to do, which is to save and to invest. And usually, for majority of people, the spending and not saving always wins. Now, first of all, you need to find your emotional triggers. You're not bad with spending. You're not bad with money. It's just the emotional side of things that's really getting you. The browsing and continuously going online is because you're bored. Most of the purchases that you're doing is only because you're bored or you feel like I deserve it because you're having a bad day. And when you're shopping, all you're doing is trying to boost your confidence. You want to feel good. You want to walk around with a new outfit. You want to be a baller. You want to floss. You want to feel good. So of course you're going to think shopping is what's going to give you the confidence to get that job, get that raise, get that girl, or get that guy. So as you see, those reasons why you're making those purchases is strictly because of emotions. It's really all about the emotions. What you need to do is just stop, reflect before you make those purchases. If you're stressing out, get away from your phone. I know it's hard. I do, trust me. I do the same thing all the damn time. But you need to repeat to yourself your goals, your vision, and what you're trying to do in life and recognize you cannot let a system that's designed to keep you broke continuously every single day make you lose. Now it's time to start winning. You need to pay attention to what's going on, and that's the path to winning. So what I recommend is just have a spending journal. Just write down all the times that you're spending and how you feel. You do not need to do this for your whole and damn near entire life. At least do it for 3 to 5 days. That way you can spot the times where you spend the most. This right here is a game changer. And this is not to judge yourself or to beat yourself up. This is just to see the patterns of your spending habits. So this is something that I did that is highly effective and is visualizing what are you really trading. This mindset changed everything for me. If you go out for dinner, you're spending $50, you gotta say to yourself, what am I truly trading? Am I trading my time at work? What's the true cost of what I'm doing right now? If I put $200 into an investment account, what's the payoff? The payoff is in the future that $200 could double or triple, or it could be the beginning of a pattern of me to start saving and investing. But you need to sit back and think about what you're actually doing with your money. There's a trade off. You're working right now to get all the things that you want in life. For example, if you only get paid $25 an hour and you go out to dinner and it's a $50 dinner, are you really willing to work 2 hours for that dinner? Probably not. You'll be a whole lot smarter and a whole lot more strategic, and then you will recognize and start saving and investing a whole lot more. See, every dollar you spend, there's a trade off, and that's just the harsh reality of it. Everyone thinks that if you have a job, you're going to continue to get paid, everything's to be great. But the trade off is what if one day you don't have that job? What if one day AI comes and replaces your job? Now that cash flow that you had coming in, and rather than you saving and investing for those emergency moments, are now going to be gone. There's not much you could do with all the crap that you have in your house now. You try to resell it, you're not going to get equal value from it. All that clothes you bought, all that eating out, you're not going to get any of that back. So you really need to sit back and analyze and make sure the things that you're doing in your life is setting you up for your future rather than setting yourself up only for the moment. So next time you buy something, just ask yourself, is this truly worth my freedom? Now, it's all fun and games for me to tell you to do all these things as if it's so easy. It's not. And that's where automation comes into play. Automation makes this a whole lot more easier if you put that in place because you can't trust yourself. We can't trust ourselves. They're spending billions of dollars, guys, to make us do things that we do not want to do in marketing. We need to be smarter and put a system in place. And automation by far is the number one thing we all should do. Whether it comes to building your emergency fund, do an automatic transfer going from your checking account to your high yield savings account, do it twice a month, whatever amount of times you want to do it, but just please set that up. Do not make it a manual process for you to do it. And of course, if you have a job and you have a 401k, that's even easier. Just sign up for your 401k, at least get the match. That's going to happen automatically. You're never going to see it in your paycheck. And what's even better about that is it's going to be really difficult for you to take that money. You see, because we need to acknowledge the fact that discipline is hard. Don't make it sound like discipline is easy and that's something you could just do overnight. It's really hard. There's a reason why so many people, including yourself, are in a position where you're just struggling and you're always behind. It's because you do not have the discipline. Discipline is not something that's gonna happen in one day. It's gonna happen continuously, doing the same thing over and over and over again. And automation will make it a whole lot more simpler. These banks offer these services for you. Remember, Fidelity, Vanguard, all these brokerage accounts, everyone wants you to invest. So they're gonna give you all the tools necessary in order for you to invest. They don't wanna see you spending money on frivolous things. They wanna see you saving and investing. And then this will allow you to just live below your means and you will not even notice it. You're building and you're saving on the side. And that way, if you make any little stupid mistakes, any stupid purchases, at least you know you have your savings and your investments being built on the side, and that's okay. You're not hindering your future. Now, what I want you to do as well is if you heard the financial guy, Ramit, he always says this, and I highly agree with it, which is to create a fun money budget. Whatever budget you have to set on a certain amount of money where you can just spend it on whatever the hell you want. Listen, we do want to buy stuff. It does feel good. There's nothing wrong with buying stuff. You can't live a whole life just buying nothing at all. That's why so many people practice the whole minimalism lifestyle, and most people go right back or they recognize they were too strict and they did not achieve the goals that they wanted to achieve. It's not worth it. If you want to build wealth, it's all about consistency and time. You do not need to rush this. That's why having some fun money, allow yourself to just ball out once in a while and buy those little coffees, like lattes or anything you want to buy in your life that's not going to ruin you. You're going to get your quick fix, you're going to be happy, but what's most important is you're not stopping your consistency with investing. So give yourself $50 to $100 a week to buy whatever the hell it is that you want to buy. That way you're just enjoying your life and not sabotaging your future. Do not skip this step. I understand if you're someone who follows the Dave Ramsey principle, you live on nothing and all you do is pay off all your debt. That's really hard for people to do, especially during these times with the cost of living being so high, rent being so expensive, and groceries being so expensive. Now, it's all good if you want to have some long-term goals and you want to become debt-free and it's going to take you 5 to 6 years. Or you want to retire and it's going to take you damn near 20, 25 years. You need to understand this though. Your brain's going to look at that and say, hell no, that's way too long. That's not going to work. That's why you also need to, in the same time, have a good mix of short-term goals as well. For example, the Dave Ramsey approach of the debt snowball, paying off all your debt, starting with the smallest balance to the biggest balance until it's all paid off, is highly effective. Why? Because the smallest balance, you can pay that off right away. Instant gratification. If you want to build an emergency fund and say you want to save 3 to 6 months of expenses. Start with just doing 2 weeks worth of expenses and you start building up and you reward yourself every time you get to that point. You see, people think that this takes a very long time and it does, especially if you're just looking into the future. But the truth of the matter is it doesn't. If you don't save and you don't invest, next thing you know, time flew by and you're broke in your 50s and your 60s with no retirement. So save for something real. Save for that dream vacation. Save for the I quit my job and I have FU money. Do a goal, guys, that will allow you to stay on path and continue to go. And the clearer your goal, the easier it is for you to be disciplined. And most importantly, you need to be around the right people. Being around negative people or people who are just going to drag you down is not going to help you in these times. Social media is flooded with all this negativity or some false bravado. You want to really make sure, guys, the people you keep around you are nothing but positive people. Me personally, I don't mess around with social media that much. What I do is listen to some certain podcasts, read some certain books to keep me in a positive mindset because this society, guys, is extremely negative. Everyone wants to judge you and make you lack confidence, and that right there is going to derail your journey. Put yourself around people who talk about building, talk about investing, building a side hustle, financial freedom, These are the type of positive people you need to have in your life. Now, I know people say, well, it's hard to have sometimes some positive people in your life, especially someone who's saving and investing when everyone around you is not. And that's why I tell you, go ahead and read a book. Go ahead and listen to some podcasts. There's a lot of information out there. You can make the person who hosts the podcast your friend, someone who is teaching you how to save and to invest. Subscribing into this channel, I can help you how to save and invest. There's so many ways where you could supplement some of the negative things you're hearing out there with some positive stuff. So look, the urge of always wanting to spend is never going to go away. If you want to build wealth in the future to retire and enjoy life, you're going to spend. You just need to have a very good relationship when it comes to spending and recognize you cannot let spending derail your journey. Because it doesn't matter how much money you have, people still have trouble with spending. But when you start seeing saving and investing as not as a punishment, but as a reward, that's when your whole life starts changing. And trust me, once you have this mindset shift, you will thank yourself in the future. So guys, I really appreciate you stuck around to the end of this video. Drop a comment down below and let me know what are the things that you are doing to fight the urge of spending. Please hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. Catch you guys on my next video. Peace.